Sunday's top stories on 5. With a look ahead to Monday's weather too, it's heading towards 5 to 7.
5 News, I'm Natalia Jorquera. President Trump has given Iran 48 hours to fully reopen the Strait of Hormuz, or he says he'll obliterate the country's power network. Iran has warned that any strike on its energy facilities would prompt retaliation against US-linked energy infrastructure across the Middle East. Transits through the shipping lane, which carries a fifth of the world's oil, have fallen by more than 94% since the conflict began. Back here, it is being reported that the Prime Minister will chair an emergency COBRA meeting tomorrow focused on the war's impact on the cost of living. It comes after the government already committed £53 million to help households struggling with soaring heating oil costs. In other news, a police officer has died after he was involved in a collision during an emergency call-out in Kent. 27-year-old PC Bradley Cork was killed when his police car collided with another vehicle on the A20 in Farningham on Thursday. Another officer remains in a critical condition. There is some cautious good news on the Kent meningitis outbreak. The number of cases has dropped from 34 to 29. Health officials say some suspected cases were downgraded following further lab results. More than 8,000 vaccines have been administered since the outbreak began a week ago. Cuba has been plunged into darkness for the third time in a month after its power grid collapsed again. The latest blackout was caused by a failure at a power plant in the east of the country, with Cuba blaming US action for cutting off its oil supplies. And thousands of people in Hawaii have been told to leave their homes after the state's worst flooding in more than 20 years. Heavy rain sent floodwaters across Oahu's North Shore, with authorities warning the disaster could threaten a major dam. Finally, never let it be said that the new Archbishop of Canterbury doesn't go the extra mile, or in this case 87 of them. Dame Sarah Mullally has walked all the way from London to Canterbury ahead of her installation next week, becoming not only the first woman in the role, but the first Archbishop in modern history to make the pilgrimage on foot. That's all your news for now. Next, it's the weather.